America, what's good? My name's Codell and welcome to the first episode of Codell's Crypto. I'm so excited to be here with y'all today. Hey, to start this channel off, I figured the first episode, the best way for me personally to get into it is to dive into an article in Investopedia discussing why governments are afraid of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and blockchain in general, and why this technology is going to help free we the people and help destroy the centralized banking system, the whole centralized financial system. Anyways, y'all are gonna dig this. This just was updated a few days ago, April 29, 2021. So without any further hesitation, let's get into it. Excuse me. Bitcoin claims that it is the first decentralized peer-to-peer payment network that is powered by its users with no central authority or middlemen. That lack of central authority is the primary reason governments are afraid of the cryptocurrency. To understand this fear, it is important to know a little bit about governments and conventional currencies. Key takeaways. Over the past decade, Bitcoin has gained attention not only from ordinary individuals, but also governments around the world. Some governments fear that Bitcoin can be used to circumvent capital controls, can be used for money laundering or illegal purchases, and could be risky to investors. Still, others have voiced more systematic concerns over the decentralized cryptocurrency's potential to destabilize or undermine the authority or control of central banks. And what do we trust is the question. Fiat is a term used to describe the conventional currencies that are issued by governments. Fiat currencies have value because governments say that they do. To an increasing number of people, that promise means nothing. After all, fiat currencies are not backed by any tangible assets. You can't return the currency to the government in exchange for a bar of gold or silver, a can of beans, a pack of cigarettes, or any other items that might have value to you. Fiat currencies are backed by the full faith and credit of the government that issued them and nothing more. If you want gold, silver, beans, or smokes, you need to exchange your fiat currency with a person or entity that possesses the item that you want. Why controls matter? Government control fiat currencies. They use central banks to issue or destroy money out of thin air, using what is known as monetary policy to exert economic influence. They also dictate how fiat currencies can be transferred, enabling them to track currency movement, dictate how profits from that movement collect taxes on it, and trace criminal activity. All this control is lost when non-government bodies create their own currencies, which is what cryptocurrency and blockchain is doing. Control over currencies has many downstream impacts, perhaps most notably to a nation's fiscal policy, business environment, and efforts to control crime. While each of these topics is broad and deep enough to fill volumes, a brief overview is enough to provide insight into the general concept. Fiscal policy. While the potential for crime captures the public's attention, the role currency plays in a nation's monetary policy has the potential to have a far greater impact since governments intentionally increase or restrict the amount of money circulating in an economy in an effort to stimulate investment and spending, generate jobs, or avoid out of control inflation and recession. Control over currency is an enormous concern. It's also an extraordinarily complex topic. The business of Bitcoin. Bitcoin users don't need the existing banking system. The currency is created in cyberspace when so-called miners use the power of their computers to solve complex algorithms that serve as verification for Bitcoin transactions. Their reward is payment with cyber currency, which is stored digitally and passed between buyers and sellers without the need for an intermediary or a smaller scale. Airlines reward miles function in a similar way, enabling travelers to purchase plane tickets, hotel rooms, and other items using airline miles as virtual currency. If Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency become widely adopted, the entire banking system could become irrelevant. While this may sound like a wonderful concept in light of the recent behavior of the banking industry, there are two sides to every story. Without banks, who will you call when your mortgage payment gets hacked? How will you earn interest on your savings? Who will provide assistance when a transfer of assist fails or a technical glitch occurs? While the financial crisis gave bankers gave them even a worse reputation, than they already had, there is something to be said for institutions that oversee timely, effective, and trustworthy asset transfers and their associated record keeping. There's also the issue of the fees banks earn for the services they provide. These fees generate a lot of revenue and a lot of jobs across the global banking industry. Without banks, those jobs disappear, as does the tax revenue those banks and their employees' paychecks generate. Money transfer business would also disappear in a virtual world. Nobody needs a Western Union or its competitors if everybody is using Bitcoin. Crime concerns. So much has been written about virtual currency and crime that it is enough to recap the issue by stating that untraceable financial transactions facilitate crime, drug trafficking, prostitution, terrorism, money laundering, tax evasion, and other illegal and submersive activity all benefit from the ability to move money in untraceable ways. The now defunct Silk Road online drug market is a case in point. Its founder credits Bitcoin for its success. Now, I disagree with this part. I get it. Criminals are going to find a way to launder stuff regardless. But we all know the global central banking system has been busted a whole lot of times, funneling money for drug cartels and all sorts of other nasty organizations. Anyways, the other side of the Bitcoin. Aside from the headline-grabbing fact that virtual currencies can and are used to engage in a wide range of illicit activity, it should be noted that cash is used for many of the same transactions, like I was just saying. There is a legitimate theoretical argument in favor of their use. It is based on the reality that central bank tinkering with the money supply has induced recessions, exacerbated unemployment, and given rise to global banking system based on profiteering and corruption. We need to look only as far as the mortgage market shenanigans and underpinning the financial crisis of 2009 for insight into why disaffected consumers everywhere would support the efforts of anonymous programmers in subverting a system that has done them no favors. These ideas are not new. The Austrian school, a school of economic thought founded in 1871, holds among its core tenets the idea that economic manipulation by central banks is not beneficial, which I wholeheartedly do agree with. That's my opinion. But I do believe the evidence more than backs that opinion up. In fact, I believe the evidence makes it a clear-cut fact. Anyways, before you buy in, before you convert your national currency to Bitcoin, you want to consider a few additional facts. Bitcoin was created by an anonymous computer programmer or programmers. There's no consensus on this, and identities are still unconfirmed. Mt. Gox, the largest exchange service converting dollars to Bitcoins, failed in spectacular fashion when hackers allegedly stole Bitcoins valued at hundreds of millions of dollars, and earlier alleged hacking netted $8.75 million. Other Bitcoin exchanges have also blamed hackers for losses. The currency is digital, so there's nothing you can touch or hold. Its value fluctuates in a high volatile manner. It is created by anonymous programmers through a methodology that is too complex for most people to understand, much less participate in. Since Bitcoins are often stored on users' computers, users face the risk of losing their money if they don't implement adequate antivirus and backup measures according to virtual currency schemes. A research paper released by the European Central Bank, hardware failure aside, tossing an old computer in the trash without first removing your Bitcoins is also an easy way to lose your digital fortune. In summary, if you use Bitcoin, you are trusting your money to a complex system you don't understand. People you know nothing about, and an environment where you have limited legal recourse. In the traditional world of investing, this would raise enough red flags to make it a bad idea. On the other hand, the European Central Bank reported in 2018 that Bitcoin is just one of over 1,600 digital currencies now in circulation around the world. Even if Bitcoin ultimately fails or is relegated as a minor role on the world stage, one of its successors could radically alter the way the world thinks of currency. A Bitcoin for your thoughts. So what does the future hold for Bitcoin and other virtual currencies? It is safe to say that they are here to stay. You can use the virtual currency to make purchases in a wide variety of video games and at some retailers like Overstock.com and TigerDirect.com. You can also use Bitcoin to safely purchase gift cards for hundreds of businesses like Home Depot, Dunkin' Donuts, and AMC Theaters. However, the Bitcoin website notes that Bitcoin is not a fiat currency with legal tender status in any jurisdiction. And based on the regulatory and enforcement actions of major governments, including the United States and Russia, that status is unlikely to change anytime soon. So that's the article, guys, from Investopedia. Let me know what y'all think. I personally, I actually am not invested in Bitcoin. I didn't start investing in cryptos till a year ago, actually this month. May was the first time, last May was the first time I started investing in cryptos, if I remember correctly. I'll have to go in and check. But anyways, I'm invested in stuff like, I've got my money in XRP, ADA, VET, Digibyte, DGB, and BTT, which is BitTorrent, and also XLM, and some Zilliqa, and I also have some GSX. Those are my investments that I got my money wrapped up into as far as cryptocurrency goes. And I will definitely be getting into those particular cryptocurrencies in future episodes. But I just kind of wanted to tell y'all some of the currencies that I'm invested in. Anyways, I wanted to share this article with you guys, not because I'm a super hardcore Bitcoin person, but just because I felt like it does a good job overall of laying out how cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is here to stay. And the technology itself is game-changing, world-changing. It's going to change the financial system. And whether the banks like it or not, there's nothing they can do to stop it. And last but not least, I'm gonna end right here. I personally don't like the central banks because they literally are charging all of us interest to print money for us. They're charging us interest on our own money. So they're basically, they're the puppeteers. They control all of us. And so I'm a huge supporter of crypto because it does decentralize the whole financial system, which I like because it returns more power back to we the people, gives us more of our own responsibility, which the best part of that is it takes away power from the central banks. And the central banks, I'm sorry, but like I said, I think they're extremely negative. Honestly, I think they're evil, and yeah, I'm here to help do my part to get rid of them. So anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think. My name's Codell. Y'all been watching Codell Crypto. Hope y'all enjoyed this first episode, and I will definitely have another episode coming out a week from now. Right now, I'm going to be doing one episode a week. So getting comfortable in this, getting in the groove of this, and who knows, maybe it'll speed up from there. Anyways, like I said, let me know what y'all think. Give me a like if y'all are digging it. Make sure you subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and if you haven't looked into cryptocurrencies, I suggest you do yourselves a favor and check them out. Because I believe if you study them, and you find the right ones, you will be glad you did. And you will make a whole lot of money. Anyways, I'm Codell. You've been watching Codell Crypto, and I will see y'all on the next episode. Stay safe, and God bless America. Peace.